All right, good afternoon to you from the Storm Alert Center. This is Chief Forecaster Daniel Wilson. It's about 14 minutes after 1 o'clock. Glad to be back in the studio now. I think we did a pretty good job with the weather updating from Somerset by the phone and the laptop. I had an in-service meeting to go to that was required, but we're now back in the studio, and things are going pretty good this afternoon. Glad to be back kind of in the normal state of things here with our regular computer and seeing where we are. We do have now a tornado warning in effect for northern Casey County. That has just been issued just now. Tornado warning for northern Casey County. That's in effect until 2:45 Eastern Time. Again, that's a tornado warning in effect for northern Casey County. This is part of the storm that's moved out of Lebanon and Springfield. Again, the northern part, north central Casey County, in a tornado warning in effect until 2:45 Eastern Time this afternoon. Now, one of the things that we're watching, and something we have to be very careful about, are those cells that pop up out ahead of the front. And what we're meaning by that is like these here in Adair County, even in Pulaski. Those are some discrete thunderstorms that could evolve into supercell storms that could produce strong gusty winds and even the possibility of a tornado. But again, that is not the case for either place. The only one that we have now is in effect for northern Casey County, where we have a tornado warning that's just been issued. The tornado warning is expected to affect areas around Poplar Corner, Allistown, Calvary, and Mitchellsburg. This would be a tornado moving east at 35 miles per hour. And again, this is the direction of the storm as it moves into northern Casey County. We're actually close enough to the radar to be able to tell you roughly where the tornadic activity is. It will be right over the Lebanon area, moving into Casey County. Again, a tornado warning. This is the northern part of Casey. You can see how that the storm has moved, and quite a bit of intense rotation there right over Lebanon. Let's look at the correlation coefficient to see if they would be. I don't see anything that would be indicative of debris at this point, but definitely we had rotation there in that storm, at least the last couple of radar scans, and you could see where that would be right over Lebanon, and the storm is moving into northern Casey County. Now, if you are around Lebanon Junction, Stanford, or Lebanon, Junction City and Stanford, you should be heads up as this storm is moving in your direction. And again, we do have a tornado warning in effect. That is in effect for northern Casey County. This tornado warning is in effect until 1:45 or 2:45 Eastern Time this afternoon. If we watch the path of the storm, you can tell the direction between Lebanon, north of Bradfordsville. That is the concern of a possible tornado in that area. For those north of us who may be joining us, this tornado warning is also in effect for east central Marion, southwestern Boyle, and north central Casey County. That's until 2:45 Eastern Time this afternoon. Now, if we move farther to the south, we can see the storms that are moving into Adair County. The National Weather Service had issued a special weather statement just when we came on, and that was for 55-mile-an-hour wind gust. The storm is moving to the east at about 50 miles per hour. Some of the areas to be concerned about would be Greensburg, Cane Valley, Nifley, Yosemite, Phil, and Windsor if the storm continues to hold together. But as of now, no warning in effect for Adair County. We have a special weather statement, but no warning in effect for Adair County. A tornado warning remains in effect for northern Casey County. Again, a tornado warning in effect for northern Casey County. That'll be until 2:45 or till 3:45 Eastern Time this afternoon. We will continue to monitor the weather situation. We're going to take a break here and let you watch the radar for a second, and we'll be back here in just a moment. All right, continuing weather coverage this afternoon from the Storm Alert Weather Center. Daniel Wilson here this afternoon as we track severe weather in the Lake Cumberland area. Green River area, we have a tornado warning that's in effect for northern Casey County. We've been watching this for the last few minutes, and again, we have a tornado warning in northern Casey. We're going to stay up north here for a moment, and if conditions deteriorate where we need to break in and go farther south, we will. But you can see the intense area of circulation. Likely there would be something just to the east of Lebanon. Likely strong rotation. This is the area that we're looking at to the east of Lebanon, this tight circulation here. So if you are in the path of these storms, you should be seeking shelter. Again, this will be for those areas mentioned. Again, that would be the following counties: northern Casey County, also east central Marion, and southwestern Boyle. This is in effect until 2:45 Eastern Time. Again, this is a tornado warning. If you are in the path of this storm, you should be in your safe place. We say respect the polygon. And if you are in the path of this storm, you should seek shelter immediately. Again, that's for northern Casey County, the west central part of Boyle County, and east central Marion County. If you've joined us and wondering about the areas to the south where we usually cover, the Lake Cumberland area, still no change really. We have a special weather statement for strong wind gust, and the leading edge of this, the leading edge of the front as it moves through is currently just now entering into Adair County. Again, we have a storm watch in effect as well for a large part of Kentucky. The main thing now is the tornado warning for northern Casey County. And the special weather statement is expected to expire at 1:30. Right now, our main concern is up here in northern Casey County, again, where we have the tornado warning that's been issued. And let's look at that one more time. Again, northern Casey, you need to respect the polygon. And the polygons are these boxes that show where the tornado warning or the storm warning is. And when we say respect the polygon, that means go to your safe place and be prepared in the event that storm hits you. And again, this is the northern part of Casey County. So if you're in Liberty or Phil or Yosemite, Jacktown, you're safe from that storm. It's farther to the north. If you're in northern Casey County, that's an area that has the tornado warning in effect. We're not seeing anything for McCreary County at all. We'll look at the broad picture. Right now, it's not holding up too well for the southern part of the state, but as you can tell, mainly the northern area, we have some storm warnings in effect for places along the I-64 corridor. I believe that would be, say, probably Bath or Montgomery County. Some one storm warning, and then again the tornado warning that's in effect for northern Casey. All right, severe weather coverage, I'd like to remind you, is brought to you by the fine folks at the Fireworks over Lake Cumberland. Last year we joined together and had a little fireworks show, and I'd like to encourage everybody to go up to the Fireworks over Lake Cumberland next to Save-A-Lot there in front of Moore's Cabinets in Russell Springs. The fireworks over Lake Cumberland. The fireworks over Lake Cumberland. Tornado warning remains in effect for northern Casey County. This will be in effect until 2:45, and you can see where the leading edge of that storm is, right near the Boyle and Casey County line, Lincoln County area. Again, a tornado warning in effect. Should be in your safe place as that storm begins to move through the area. As of right now, we have not received any reports of damage or a tornado on the ground. Nothing at this point. If you are in that area and you happen to have some information, please let us know. We'd be interested to know what's going on there. And now we have a new severe thunderstorm warning.
The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Russell County. We have a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's kind of weird that we mentioned that. This will be right over Sultan, here in southern Russell County. This would be near Union Chapel, the Bryan community. This is the location that the severe thunderstorm warning is taking place. Again, that is right over Sultan, south of Jamestown, near Highway 1058 and 379. Now we have a new tornado warning. This is the National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a tornado warning for northwestern Lincoln County, southern Boyle County, north central Casey County until 3 p.m. At 2:31 p.m.
all right. They're continuing to extend that tornado warning for northern Casey County. Again, extending the tornado warning for northern Casey County until 3 p.m. And they've also went ahead as the new warning was issued it for the following locations: north central, southern Boyle, northwestern Lincoln. That's until 3 p.m. and about another 25 minutes away. Again, a tornado warning issued there, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for southeastern Russell until 2 p.m. And we're going to bring up the radar from Nashville and take a look at the storm that's moved into Russell County. Now Pulaski County under a severe thunderstorm warning. Hail. We got hail 1 inch in diameter possible as this storm continues to increase in intensity. Again, we have a storm warning in effect for Pulaski County. That would be areas south of Somerset, near Burnside. And this is what we were talking about earlier. Those independent cells that pop up out ahead of the front. And that's what's happened in Russell County as the storms developed around Creelsboro, became severe, and now possibility of 1 inch sized hail with those storms as they move through locations north of Monticello, near Mill Springs, Burnside, Bronxton, and Pulaski County. So again, we have a storm warning in effect for Russell County, the southern part. Some of the areas affected would be near the state park, along the lake, mainly the southeastern part of the county. 1 inch hail is possible with this storm. Let's look at the hail parameters on this. And we could have 1 inch hail, maybe a little larger. That would be with this storm in Russell County. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the southern part of Russell County. That would be near the Union Chapel, moving into the state park area of Lake Cumberland. 1 inch hail is possible with this storm as it's moving through. Again, also including northern Wayne County and the southern part of Pulaski, which would be areas south of Somerset. We also have a tornado warning in effect for northern Casey County. That's in effect for another 25 minutes or so as that storm moves through that area. And also, it's not severe at this point, but a strong storm moving into Adair County as the cell moves out of Green, Taylor, and Metcalf and moving into to Adair County. Likely see some strong thunderstorm winds. We're also looking at a cell now that is developed in southern Casey. This cell here near the Field community of Casey County, near the Bread of Life, south of Liberty. We're concerned about that cell and the possibility of what might be going on there. All right, had a phone call there about know about what the weather was going to be, and I said you need to tune into the Storm Alert Center. All right, so we've got the cell in southern Casey County, also looking at all the area of Adair County, mainly the western part of the county, and it's likely we would see possibly a storm warning there. And again, the tornado warning for northern Casey, that's also in effect. So if you are in the path of any of these storms, you should be heads up this afternoon. Again, we have a storm warning in effect for southern Russell County moving into Monticello. Threat of 1 inch hail possible. Have a tornado warning for northern Casey County moving into Stanford. And we are watching the cell that would be impacting Eubank and Science Hill from Casey County as that storm moves there. Watching storms continue to intensify in Adair County near Cane Valley, the Middletown Community, Columbia. We're watching that storm there and watching the storm as it moves into Wayne County from Russell County. See here, somebody said tornado warning. Russell gave a tornado warning Pulaski County. Pulaski County is not in tornado warning Pulaski County is not in a tornado warning. Albany, nothing going on for Albany at this point. It looks like everything is clear at this point, but again, storm watch remains in effect, but there's not a tornado warning for Pulaski County at all. Yeah, as far as Bryan goes, everything has moved out of your area. We are seeing that that cell move into Wayne County, but for Bryan, you have some showers coming in. But at this point, the main severe part of it has exited Bryan and the Rowena and Union Chapel community. Now, this is what the radar out of Louisville or Nashville is showing. We got a better perspective of everything from that radar vantage point. If we go back to storm in Casey County, again, we have a tornado warning that's in effect for Casey County. Again, a tornado warning in effect for Casey County. This is in effect for about another 20 minutes or so. But there is not a tornado warning in effect for Pulaski County. We're not getting any storm reports out of those areas showing whether we've had a tornado or any damage in those areas. Northern Casey County, still no reports there as those storms move through. But again, we have a tornado warning in effect for northern Casey County. You need to respect and shelter in the polygon. If you are in the path of the storm, you need to be in your safe place. That is northern Casey County. Just for heads up, we have a storm warning in effect for Barron County, Glasgow, moving into Edmonton. Glasgow moving into Metcalfe County. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. And that has just now been issued. All right, thank you, Brandy. Yes, storming in Campbellsville. Brandy says heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. And again, even the Weather Prediction Center had indicated for today the forecast, and that's we'll show you now for the possibility of heavy rain, and that's pretty much this area that's in the bright orange. All right, 1:43 in the afternoon on the Central Time Zone. Let's kind of do a recap of what we have going on. We have the storm warning in effect for the eastern Russell County. That would be in effect until 2 o'clock, about another 15 minutes from now. But it appears with the next radar scan, we should see that storm exiting Russell County. but that would be moving into Wayne County. We also have the tornado warning, and now tornado warning for the northern part of Casey, moving into Stanford. We've not received any reports of a tornado on the ground or tornado being sighted as of right now. And this is our product that we can go to. And if you see any type of a break in colors, again, we'd have to confirm this. I don't see anything really that would be showing a tornado or damage or damage being lifted aloft into the atmosphere. The only place I could see, now this is possibility, is right here. That would be the only spot that we might think that there could be a sign of debris in the air. But again, that is not really a strong indication at this point. All right, the tornado warning for Casey County, that will expire in 15 minutes. The storm warning or the tornado warning for northern Casey will expire at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, the storm warning that's in effect for Russell County, you can see that cell is moved into Wayne County. So that's no longer a threat. And the main areas of concern for Wayne County would be right near the Wayne, Pulaski, Russell line, and areas north of Monticello. That's at this point. Now we have a storm warning for the Glasgow area. That would include Glasgow, Cave City, Park City, Coral Hill, and Pritchardsville. It's in effect until 2:15. Storm moving to the east at 39 miles per hour, and the possibility of 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. All right, let's see. It looks like the tornado warning for northern Casey County has been allowed to expire or has been canceled. You can see there's no longer a polygon for northern Casey. That has moved into the Stanford area. The storm warning for southeastern Russell County will expire at 2 o'clock, and the main part of that's already left Russell, moving into Wayne. They've downsized the polygon for Pulaski to include just a small area. That would be Burnside. Wouldn't surprise me if the one for Russell County leaves and goes away before 2 o'clock. So right now, the northern part of Wayne County, affecting Burnside, Mill Springs, and Corbin. As far as north of Burnside, Somerset, Science Hill, nothing for you all at this point. All right, so with that being said, I think we're going to end our coverage at this point. We will be watching the storm as it moves into Glasgow, moves out of Glasgow into Edmonton. That will be the next cell that we watch. And if it does hold together, then it would impact Gradyville, Breeding, and areas in western Adair County. Thank you all for joining us so far this afternoon. We will be watching the storms and keeping you updated as we go into the 2 o'clock hour. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll be back as necessary from the Storm Alert Weather Center, your weather